if I'm talking to a girl and I found out she doesn't like me, what do? Is there any way I can get her to like me? In almost every scenario, it's not worth trying because women know. I mean, ask yourself, you hang out with a woman and you generally know whether you like her pretty quickly. And if you really don't like a woman, if you're not attracted to her at all, if you don't feel much desire for her, is there anything she's going to do to suddenly make that different? Probably not. Maybe if you've met her when she was dressed down and had no makeup on and was with baggy clothes, and then all of a sudden she gets dressed up and changes her appearance largely a little bit, but it's generally not going to change, man. If you met a girl for one time on a date and she's like, I don't know, I just didn't feel it, then yeah, maybe you can try to turn it around because it was maybe just the date was horrible. But otherwise, what I would say is if you've had any more time than that, you've talked to her, you've seen her a few times, you've hung out a few times, she knows you from friends, you've gone on a bunch of dates, then generally, yeah, she knows who you are, she knows what you look like, she knows your personality, and it's not usually going to change. What I would say though is if it has been only you guys met once or twice or you talked a little bit, the best way to do this is one, continue to improve yourself as we've talked about. Shouldn't be for women, but you should make sure that your fashion's up to game, your grooming's up to game, you carry yourself well, you are speaking, with a strong enough voice, you're not just really timid. The other thing would be to try to flirt a little bit more and show a bit more interest or a bit more confidence and courage, because that's generally what's attractive to most people. Somebody who's being more forward, more assertive, who's speaking their mind, and especially who's showing interest. So sometimes you'll have a scenario where a woman meets you or goes on a date and says, yeah, I just didn't really feel it. And then you chat for a little bit and you're like, hey, listen, I wasn't in the right headspace on the date. Let me take you out for one more time. No pressure at all. Let's just hang out. And then you go out there and maybe that first time you hung out, you were very friendly or very timid. Maybe you had that low body language. You weren't dressed really well. You were avoiding eye contact and you just never flirted with her and never were forward. And so she didn't see that side of you. In that instance, yeah, then it can change. But I would say mostly men, 9.5 out of 10 times, probably not going to happen. And my answer would be there's an abundance of women out there in the world. And that's where you got to start living. Because when we obsess about one woman who doesn't like us, we're not coming from a place of confidence. And what you'll realize is you walk down the street, you go to an event, you go back on online dating, there's a million other women you could take a shot with that will like you, that will be attractive.